Have you ever just felt really overwhelmed because you have so much on your plate, so much that you're juggling, and then that overwhelm causes you to be cranky and irritable to those that you love the most? If that's something that you are currently experiencing, like, honey, I understand, okay? And you definitely want to listen to this video and stay, okay, for the whole thing, because I'm going to share the 3 things that I've done to help me move to a better space, because the sister was being a little bitter Betty-ish. So I had to get it together. So I'm going to share the 3 things that I did to just help me get to a better space. But before I dive into that, I would like to welcome you to my channel. Welcome, loves. I am Amaya Antoinette, the CEO of Self-Care. And on this channel, I talk about entrepreneurship, I talk about health, I talk about mindset. All of those things are my jam. So if you're an entrepreneur or just someone that is juggling a lot and you want to up level your health, up level your mindset, and just be in a space with like-minded women, this is the space for you. So like, share, and subscribe so that the channel can grow and so that I can keep coming back with valuable content. All right, y'all. So let's dive in. Okay, so the past couple of weeks have been insane, okay, for me. Just a lot of moving pieces. A lot of things are going on in my professional life and my personal life, and it was weighing on me. And I found myself being super irritable to the point where I was getting sick of my own irritability. I'm like, you got to get it together. Like, what is going on, right? And it happens to the best of us, right? And they say in Black women, though, that depression can come off as being irritable, and I'm someone who deals with depression and anxiety, so maybe it was coming out in that way. I don't know, but I know I was tired of it. Okay, so a couple weeks ago I was just like, okay, I have got to do better. So I made an executive decision in the middle of my busy day to just cut everything off, to shut everything down. And I went and took a bath. Okay? I went and took a bath and sat in the water, and just in general, like, I feel like water is just super healing and just super soothing. It's like your mom just giving you a big hug, right? So I took a bath and I brought my music in there, and I was going to, play my jams, play my music. But then something told me just to like turn it off. And I started to just focus on things that I was grateful for. Okay. And it totally like just shifted my mood. And I was in the tub. I was like praising. I don't really have a religion or anything, but I was like praising divine source, because I kept saying, thank you for everything that you have given me, everything that you have brought me out of. And I was just so grateful. Like I felt it through my body, and I literally felt my vibration increasing, okay, when I started to really focus on the things that I was grateful for. Like, I was in the tub, y'all. Okay, my daughter was home. She was listening close by. I was in the tub clapping it up. I was crying. I even got to the point where I was talking to myself and saying, how dare you not be grateful? Okay, like, I was like, how dare you not be grateful? Yes, things are challenging. Yes, things are hard, but how dare you not be grateful for all of the blessings and all of the opportunities that you have been given in your life? Like, how dare you? And I was talking to myself. I felt like divine source was talking through me to me. Okay. So I was like, okay, I got you, divine mama. I got you, divine daddy. I'm grateful. I'm gonna get it together. And then that just sent me on the path of doing other things that helped me to just get into a better headspace. Because before I even get into sharing like the tips, is that like our energy is everything, right? So when you are vibing low, okay, so when you're in worry, when you're in stress, when you're in, anger or confusion or whatever the case may be, like, those are all like low vibe energies. And when you are vibing low, you attract more stuff to you that causes you to continue to vibe low, because we are energetic beings. And when you increase your vibration, then you are able to attract things to you that allow you to have more of that vibration. So the highest vibration is love. Like on the scale, the highest one is love, but the one under that is gratitude. And that's why people are always saying be grateful, because it literally can shift your whole frequency. Okay. And I literally felt that in my body. Like when I was in the tub, I got in the tub one way and I got out a completely different way. Nothing changed in my life. Okay. Nothing shifted. I shifted. What I started to focus on shifted. My perspective started to shift. So, yeah, gratitude is super powerful. And you know what? It's funny because when I was taking my bath, okay, like my daughter ended up coming in the bathroom and she was like, "Mom, are you okay?" And I said, "I'm amazing." And she was like, "Okay." And I know she's like, what in the world is my mother doing in that tub? But it's like I'm also teaching her, like, as a mother, because one day she's going to be experiencing some of the same emotions, and she sees that when I am like, okay, I need to get it together, I go in the bath and I'm going to show gratitude, right? So it's like I'm showing her how to deal with uncomfortable emotions, to deal with the struggles that are a part of every life, right? You can't escape them. So it was like a learning moment for her too. But yes, like gratitude just shifts everything. And then I started playing a little Londrelle. So I'm like a big hip hop person. Okay, I love hip hop. I do not like the stuff they play nowadays. Like, I don't know what this rap is that people, I don't know. I'm not hip to any of it because all of it sounds crazy to me. I like the stuff that isn't so mainstream. But I think this one artist, I think he is mainstream, but I don't know because I don't listen to the radio or anything. But Londrelle, and he has a song called Gratitude. Actually, all his songs are like the bomb, but he had a couple songs that I was playing in the tub, and it also helped to shift my frequency because I kept focusing on gratitude. So he has a song literally called Gratitude. So I was playing that, like, I was like, yo, this is powerful stuff and I need to share it. But literally, if I didn't take that moment to just really dive into gratitude, like, I wouldn't have been able to do the other things that I'm going to also share with you to bring me back into my like equilibrium. Okay, so let me just dive into the tips. So tip number 1, you probably already know, is to tap into the power of gratitude. And gratitude is so powerful. Like, I keep reiterating that because I don't think I can reiterate it enough. Like, it's just to focus on what you have, to focus on what you have gone through and got through. Like, it just feels good. It feels good, and it just helps you to shift, especially when you're in a negative space. It can be really easy to think about all the things that's going wrong or all the things that you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? Like right now, I have this big hoodie on because the heat is not working in my place. Like, I turned on the heat and it's blowing out cold air. And I'm just like, are you serious? Right? But it's like, you know what? It will get fixed eventually. And, at least I have a place to stay, right? I have a place to stay. I could get a heater. Like, it's all going to be good, right? So it's like focusing on the things that are going well, because that helps lift your mood. When you focus on the things that are going wrong, it lowers your mood, and then it attracts more things to you to lower your mood. Like, if you don't believe me, have you ever just like woke up and you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, as they say, and then everything irritated you like that whole day? Like, you're driving and people are like jumping in front of you. You go try to get your coffee or your matcha and the order's wrong, and then you get like, just everything is just going wrong, right? It's because that energy, and even like those same things could happen, but if you look at it from a different vantage point, it won't be negative, right? It'll affect you differently. So it's really important to tap into the gratitude, but also don't just do gratitude. Like, you got to feel it. And that is where most people go wrong. Like, I've done that. It's like, okay, let me write down what I'm grateful for. Like, I'm not new to gratitude. I'd write it down. I'd, say what I'm grateful for every night or every rising. But it's different when you feel it. Okay, when you feel it in your body. Like, I literally felt this energy surge through my body when I was remembering all the wonderful things and all the wonderful things I have in my life and all the things I've accomplished and all the things that I got through when I thought that there was no way out. Like, I felt the gratitude. So gratitude is not something that you do. It's something that you experience. And the power of gratitude is connected to experiencing it, not just doing it. Anybody could write down, I'm grateful for my place. I'm grateful for my car. I'm grateful for my health. But do you really feel it? Like, do you really feel it? I started to think about all the things, all the abusive relationships I was in, and I was able to get through. I never thought I would get out of certain situations. I made it through. Like, feeling it is one thing. Doing it is a completely different thing, right? I started to think back when I had my daughter and I didn't know how I was going to pay my rent. Like, she was in my womb. I hadn't even had her yet. Like, just crazy situations. Like, just things that have been so hard. And you know what? I made it through. I made it through. So it's like being grateful. It's like, it's one of the best medicines you can give yourself. Okay. So that's number one, is to tap into the power of gratitude, but feel it. Don't just do it. Okay. Number two is to make love. Okay. So I have to navigate this conversation a little differently because my 10-year-old daughter does watch my YouTube channel. So but making love is natural, right? So bear with me here, the way I speak about it. But making love is really important because it helps you to release stress, okay? When I say make love, it could be solo, okay? Or it could be partnered. But when you tap into that, right? When you tap into that lovemaking, like, it helps to ease stress. It helps to ease anxiety. It helps to ease overwhelm. Like, you can look at the research. I don't have to even share it. Like, there is a big connection between making love and stress reduction, right? So also, another thing I like to say about this is that it helps you to step more into, like, your femininity. When you're overwhelmed, you have so many things on your plate, it's because you're thinking of all the things you got to get done, all the things you got to do, all the actions you have to take. But when you are in a space of receiving pleasure, of feeling good, it takes you to your feminine space, right? Your divine feminine. And that can be really healing. Like, sometimes, like, we want to take that out of the conversation, the importance of lovemaking, but it is important, okay? Do not sleep on it, okay? And remember, like, you don't need a partner. You could get, like, some toys. You could get, you can get some stuff to assist you. You don't necessarily need a whole person, okay? So you can do this by yourself, okay? So there's no reason. But yes, like, set the scene. If you're with your partner, make it a beautiful experience. Light some candles, light some incense, make it a whole sensory experience. Play some music, right? Even if you are doing it solo, do the same thing. Make it an experience and really tap into your feminine nature and tap into your pleasure. Let me tell you, that can definitely help to relieve stress. And you may be like, okay, well, that's not, like, permanent. No, it's not permanent. It helps, but it helps in the moment. And it helps you to, when you pair that with gratitude, like, it helps you to just keep moving forward and to work on getting back into a better headspace. And don't be calling your exes, okay, who didn't serve you well, okay, or who wasn't no good for you. So you recently broke up, or you've been single, do not go back through your phone looking up the old loves. Okay. We ain't going back there. We're not inviting drama into our lives, right? But remember, it's power in lovemaking. And number 3 is to find joy where you are. Man, that's actually one of my affirmations. I write affirmations like every day. And I may do a video just like sharing about those affirmations, because I think they're really powerful. But that's one of the affirmations I've been doing, is to write it out. It's like, I find joy where I am. And that is powerful. And bear with me, I'm like, my throat is like a little tickly right now. So I am nursing that. But yeah, like, find joy where you are. It is very powerful. So I remember I was doing that when I was with my daughter, and I was stretching. And stay tuned, because I'm going to share something really special with you when I'm done with this. And it's related to, how to come back into a better headspace, how to raise your vibration. But yeah, I was stretching with my daughter, and I've been stretching like every day. And whether I work out or not, but just stretching my body, like specifically like my hip flexors, my spine. And I decided to let my daughter join in with me, right? I said, you know what, we can do this for PE, right? Because I homeschool her. So I'm like, okay, this is PE for you, stretching. So we was like doing some deep breathing, right? So we was doing like a cat-cow. And you know how you go, you breathe in, then you breathe out. My daughter, when she breathed out, she was like, like, she just was like, she's so funny. Okay, my daughter's so funny. So she was like being silly, and I started laughing. And in that moment, I just felt so good. And I was just like, this feels so good. Like, I'm stretching with my daughter, and we're just laughing because she's breathing crazy, right? Like, it's just funny. And it reminded me to just find joy where you are. Even if, life is stressful, life is challenging, you have a lot of balls you're trying to juggle, and you're like, okay, how am I going to do this? You can still find joy where you are. It's about being intentional, though, because it's not going to always just pop up. Like, you have to be intentional. Like, how can I find joy in this moment? In just the everyday. Maybe you find joy with being with the loved one and watching a crazy show, right? Or maybe you find joy in cooking dinner with your child or your partner. Or maybe you find joy in just reading a book and sipping on your tea in your favorite pajamas. Like, find joy where you are. Maybe you are out running errands, but you look up in the sky and you're like, man, like, the sun is shining beautifully. The clouds are like, got a nice little pattern going on, right? Like, find joy where you are. Joy is always accessible to you, even if you're not aware of it, okay? But it is. Joy is always accessible to you. And I would say it's a choice, right? Because once again, if you're focusing on all the things that are going wrong, all the things that you were trying to figure out, all the things that are just kind of like weighing you down, of course you're not going to find joy in that. So you have to be intentional about, okay, how can I find joy in this moment? Create your own joy. It is possible. Even as I sit here in my cold apartment with my hoodie on, I'm like, you know what? When I am done, when I can eat, okay, so I'm like fasting. I do like my 18-hour fast. So once I'm done, I'm going to break my fast with, a piece of fruit. But after that, I'm going to have me some butternut squash, and I'm going to have some chickpea bread. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm fine. I'm going to find my joy in that butternut squash and that chickpea bread. Like, that's going to feel good to me, even though I'm sitting in this cold apartment, right? So find joy where you are. Okay, so remember how I told you, make sure you stay to the end, okay? So I'm going to share with you about this challenge, this free challenge that I'm launching. So one of the things that I really did to support myself when I was like trying to come out of that really negative space I was in is that I gave myself a challenge. So I brought I told my partner, I was like, in a bad mood, and he was like, you need to raise your vibration. And I was like, what you mean I need to raise my vibration? But he was right. And that's what prompted me to go take my bath and to just like try to figure out like how to come back into equilibrium. Anyway, I gave myself a challenge and I did several things each day. And now I wanted to open it up to you all. So I created the Raise Your Vibration Challenge for everyone. Okay. And basically it's 7 days. Every day I will send you, let me make sure, look at my list. Every day I will send you to your inbox an empowering affirmation to set your intentions for the day. Okay, affirmations are so powerful because when you are constantly saying affirmations to yourself, you are helping to rewire your subconscious mind, and most of your actions take place from your subconscious mind. So affirmations are powerful. I say write them, I say them out loud, and when you write them, it helps to put your hand over the paper, right? So you write it down and then put your hand over it, because then it's like you're experiencing it. It like gives it more life. So affirmations are so powerful. But I'm going to send you one every day. Maybe one, maybe like a couple more than one, but at least one. Sometimes I get really excited. And then I'm going to send you a stretch, right? Stretches that will help you release tension from your body and your mind. Stretching is so powerful. Like sometimes we forget about that, right? We want to work out, we want to, sweat and do all the cardio, and that's cool. Like that has its place. But stretching helps to also release like emotional tension, stress from the body, stress from the mind, and it just feels good. And it also increases the happy hormones, the endorphins, the serotonin. So stretching is like the bomb. So I'm going to share with you stretches that you can do every day for those 7 days. And also I'm going to send you a journaling prompt to help nurture gratitude, because once again, gratitude is so powerful. So I will send those to your inbox every day for 7 days to keep you accountable, okay? And to keep you going, okay? Because sometimes it's like when you do things on your own, you could be like, I don't know, maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't, right? But I'm going to be checking in with you and be like, okay, make sure you do this, boo, okay? Because you signed up for it, so you got to stay committed. Okay, so you can find that in my link. Okay, and you'll see it says free 7-day challenge. So you could just click on that and you are good to go. Let's start October 23rd. So I'm going to give people time. So I'm going to upload this video this week, which is the week of October 9th. And I'm gonna wait and see like how many people I get, right? And make sure, give you all time to get your, to decide if you're gonna do it. And then it's gonna launch on the 23rd of October, okay? So Raise Your Vibration Challenge is for you if you wanna just, take it to the next level. So either do that, you do that in combination with the tips I offered you today, and you will be well on your way to be in a better headspace, because don't nobody want to be around negative Betty. And then you probably don't even want to be around negative Betty, even if you are negative Betty in the moment, right? So raise your vibration, okay? It will shift your day. It will shift your outlook. It will shift your perspective, and the people around you will be a lot happier. Okay, so if you found this valuable, once again, share this video and subscribe to my channel, my loves. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you for sharing space and time with me. And talk to me in the comments. Talk to me. What else do you want to know? Are you excited about the challenge? Do you want to do the challenge? What do you do when you're feeling super stressed and overwhelmed, right? What do you do? Share with me, because once again, I want to make this a conversation. I want to talk to you all. I want to communicate with you all. I want to make this a tribe of women who are just looking to do better, who are looking to get to the next level, who are looking to, better their health, better their mindset, and maybe get some camaraderie on your entrepreneur journey, or just your journey of just juggling a million things, because that's what women do anyway, right? So thank you once again, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.